Welcome to the Hope Natural Health Podcast. I'm Dr. Erin Ellis, your host. On this show, we discuss all things health, hormones, and happiness with a little side of this thing called life. Welcome back to the Hope Natural Health Podcast. I'm glad you're here. If you've been running on empty, feeling frazzled, or just not quite yourself lately, you're not alone. Life can feel like a lot, especially when you're juggling work, family, and everything in between. And today we're diving into something that may gently help shift the tide: adaptogenic herbs, specifically two popular and well-researched ones, ashwagandha and rhodiola. If the word adaptogen sounds a little out there or unfamiliar, don't worry. We're going to break it all down: what they are, how they work, and how they can support you if you're feeling tired, wired, or overwhelmed. Let's dive in. So, what exactly are adaptogens? Adaptogens are natural substances that help the body adapt to stress, hence the name. But this isn't about masking symptoms or giving you a temporary boost like caffeine does. It's about supporting your body's own resilience. Think of adaptogens as gentle helpers that guide your body back to balance when life throws it off course. The concept has roots in ancient healing traditions like Ayurveda and traditional Chinese medicine, but the term is officially coined in the 1950s. Since then, adaptogens have been studied for their ability to support everything from mood and energy to immune health and sleep. These herbs work by regulating the body's stress response, specifically through systems like the HPA axis, or hypothalamus pituitary adrenal axis, which manages the production of cortisol, your primary stress hormone. When cortisol is constantly elevated, maybe from chronic work stress, too many late nights, or even undiagnosed hormone imbalances, it can take a toll on nearly every aspect of your life. So let's dive into ashwagandha. This is one of the most well-known and widely used adaptogens. Ashwagandha, or Withania somnifera, hence why we say ashwagandha, is known for its calming and grounding effects. It's been used in Ayurvedic medicine for over 3,000 years, and it's particularly helpful for people who are feeling anxious, wired, or burnt out. Modern research supports its traditional use. Studies show ashwagandha can help lower cortisol levels, which often results in improved sleep, reduced anxiety, and even better focus during the day. But it doesn't stop there. Ashwagandha may also support your thyroid function, which is especially relevant for women that I work with. It might improve your immune health. It might reduce inflammation in the body, and it can support reproductive and hormone balances. It's generally well tolerated, but as with all supplements, it's not one size fits all. If you have a thyroid condition, especially hyperthyroid, or you're pregnant or breastfeeding, you'll want to check with a healthcare professional before using it. In fact, I recommend checking with your provider anytime you add in a new supplement, because a lot of herbs can interact with medication, so be mindful of that. Now let's talk about rhodiola, aka Rhodiola rosea. This one's a little different from ashwagandha. While ashwagandha helps ground and calm, rhodiola is known for uplifting and energizing. It's often used for mental fatigue, low motivation, physical exhaustion, brain fog, or poor concentration. If you've ever felt like you need a second wind but don't want to reach for another cup of coffee, rhodiola might be worth exploring. It supports mitochondrial function, which basically helps your cells make energy more efficiently, and that means better stamina, clear thinking, and more sustainable energy throughout the day. Some people describe the effect of rhodiola as subtle but noticeable. You may not feel a jolt of energy, but rather an ability to get through the day without crashing. It's also been researched for its potential to support mood and emotional resilience, which is such an important piece of the wellness puzzle. Again, quality and personal fit matter. Rhodiola can be stimulating for some people, especially at higher doses. If you tend to be sensitive to herbs or supplements, start slow and make sure you work with your provider who can help tailor it to your needs. So let's talk about the importance of safety and quality. As with any supplement, quality matters a lot. Not all ashwagandha and rhodiola products are created equal. Where the herb is grown, how it's harvested, what part of the plant is used, and even how it's stored can all affect the potency and effectiveness. And unfortunately, the supplement industry isn't always well regulated. You want to look for brands that offer third-party testing for purity and potency, transparent sourcing practices, clinically relevant dosages, not just a sprinkle of the herb for marketing. And please, always check with your doctor, especially if you're on medications, just like I just mentioned, managing a chronic condition or pregnant or nursing. These herbs are powerful tools, but they need to be used wisely and in the context of your whole health picture. So let's talk about the nutrition depletion link. Let's zoom out for a moment. Why is your stress level even something we needed to supplement for in the first place? I always say you can't out-supplement stress. Chronic stress doesn't just affect your mood, it actually drains your nutrient reserves. When you're constantly in this fight or flight mode, your body uses up key nutrients and minerals faster than it can replace them. For example, magnesium gets depleted, which can make your muscles feel tight and contribute to poor sleep and irritability. B vitamins, especially B6 and B12, are critical for energy and nervous system health. And vitamin C supports your adrenal glands and immune system, both of which take a hit during long periods of stress. So if you're eating well, but still feel exhausted, stressed, or sluggish, stress-related nutrient depletion could be part of the puzzle. That's why a holistic approach, including nutrition, these adaptogens, rest, and lifestyle shifts are so essential. Let me say this clearly. Adaptogens are not a cure-all. They're one tool in a much bigger toolkit. Healing and resilience come from a combination of consistent, intentional choices, not just adding a capsule to your morning routine. Here's what I recommend as part of a truly holistic approach. Eat whole, nutrient-rich foods to replenish the building blocks your body needs. Move your body regularly. Even gentle walks or yoga can help lower cortisol. Prioritize rest. Aim for at least 7 to 8 hours of quality sleep. Practice daily mindfulness. Even 5 minutes of deep breathing can calm your nervous system. And get support from a practitioner who listens and get a plan that's tailored to you. Here are my final thoughts on this. You don't have to feel this way. Your symptoms are real, and they have a root cause. If stress is a major player in your health story, know that there are natural, effective, and sustainable ways to feel better. These adaptogens like Ashwagandha and Rhodiola can support you, but the real magic happens when we look at the big picture and give your body the support it's been asking for. If you're not sure where to start or you're curious about how to use adaptogens safely and effectively, I'd love to help. You can always reach out and book a discovery call on my website at hopenaturalhealth.com. Until next time, take care of yourself. You're worth the time, the support, and the healing. I'll see you all again next week. Thank you so much for listening. Make sure to like, share, subscribe, and leave a comment below. And if you haven't done so, please be sure to give us a rating on your favorite podcast platform. Join us weekly as we inspire you to be your best version. For more, follow me on Instagram at dr.erinellis. Until next week, you got this.